The Z71 Tahoe is basically Chevy's Land Cruiser, so let's see what it's all about. I'll include a link to the Chevy and Provo's website in the description down below. They're providing us with the Tahoe. Let's get right into it. Powering this is a 5.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. We're closing in on 500,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. I think a lot of the body lines in the new Tahoe look really sharp. Look at the hood, for example. And then the split light design actually works quite well. And then you notice the grill's mostly blacked out. You do have some red accents with the tow hooks and then the Z71 badge. This also has fog lights. You probably notice the front end's a little bit more aggressive with the approach angle. Again, this is supposed to be an off-roader. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20. You've got silver with the metallic gray. Kind of softer all-terrain tires, but that's kind of par for the course with this segment. Z71 badge, you've got the Tahoe badge down below, blacked out. Side steps on this particular one. And then here's your side profile. You can see the proportions with the longer wheelbase. Looks pretty good. Now when it comes to key fob features, we've got the Chevy bow tie there on the back. On the front face, we have our lock, unlock, remote start. That's for the hatch, and that's just to open up the rear glass. It does have poppable rear glass. Now we have these controls to raise and lower the third row. That's just to lower the second row and the outlet. In normal fashion, the seats do fold down flat, but with the third row up, you actually still have a ton of storage space in the back. And not only that, you have a little bit underneath the floor. So yeah, it's very practical. You can see the kind of smoked out taillight design there. Everything's blacked out on the back. And then look at these exhaust tips. And also, makes a nice sound. Kind of have some nice chugging. That will cap things off for the exterior of this Tahoe. Keyless entry for the back, and let's pop in. Soft touch trim all over the door panel. We got a little bit of wood trim. I don't know if it's actually real. It feels kind of plasticky. And then the seats, no perforations, so they're going to be easy to clean, and all the adjustments nicely labeled. Plenty of room here in the second row. Again, it's a full-size little storage pocket. Cup holders. We also have our own climate zone, heated seats, USB ports, and this one has the captain chair configuration, so there's space in the center. In the back seats, you can very comfortably fit adults. Full-size SUV life, it's great. And there is a little USB port there in the back. Keyless entry for up front. Let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We also have our memory seat functionality. The mirrors power fold in. Front windows are automatic, and then you got more soft touch on the door panel. 1,720 pounds for the payload capacity. Pretty impressive, actually. 8,200 for the towing. And then again, not perforated with these seats. There's power adjustments on the side with lumbar, and the passenger gets more of the same. Soft touch all around the steering wheel. You got paddle shifters on the back to manually shift. Radio controls also on the back. On the front face, you have stuff like your heated steering wheel, controls for the center screen, also your cruise control, and this now comes with a column shifter. To the left of that steering wheel, we have a bunch of physical buttons, so trailer brake controls, shortcut buttons for auto stop, start, parking sensors, hill descent, stability, 360 camera, parking assist. There's light controls, there's your drive mode select. Drive line as well. This has a part-time four-wheel drive system, but it also has auto, high and low. Full digital cluster. You can change what is displayed here. The overall formatting can change, and it's pretty quick with going from screen to screen. It does come equipped with a 360 camera system. Not a huge screen view, but resolution's good. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it is quick to respond. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got your climate controls built into the bottom. Their heated seats are also part of this package. They do give you some physical buttons for the climate. We have a phone charging pad, some USB ports, cup holders here. Got some more USB ports for the center console. I do like the trim here on the top. Nice trim. There's also a little bit of storage there on the side. More soft touch trim across the dash. Then we've got some controls here for the seat fold down function. No center for anything with this one. 2026 Z71 starts at 70, but this has a few packages added to it. 76,090 bucks. Let's see how this Z71 performs. Z71. Would be cool if we had one with the air suspension, but the Z71 is the one package on the Tahoe that seems to sell pretty well, but I still will be critical of the package because I think that, and it's not just Chevy, I feel like everyone's kind of missing it a little bit with these full-size SUVs. They need to make these off-road packages more off-roady, if that makes sense. So, you know, we've got a 2-speed transfer case, that's great. I think there's a huge opportunity, as crazy as this sounds, for any of these automakers with a full-size to give one of these off-road packages diff locks for the front and the rear. Now, are people going to be using them? Well, 99% probably not. But it adds cool factor because it's like, hey, is your full-size SUV triple locked? Mine is, right? And then also just give it real tires, for goodness sakes. Why do all these automakers do stupid 20-inch wheels with crappy tires? I just don't get it. Like 17 or 18-inch wheels and the biggest possible tire that you can fit. Biggest possible tire. So whether that be a 33, a 34, a 35, I don't care. We're gonna turn the other way because it sucks, by the way, the traffic. But yeah, just the biggest possible tire that you can fit underneath it. And here's the deal, is it will sell well because it'll look cool. I think these automakers are still stuck with the mentality of, oh, people want big fancy wheels. It's like, some people do, but most people nowadays have kind of like the practical mind where they're like, I want the tire and wheel package to do more than just look good. I want it to actually be able to do stuff. And again, off-roaders, people that are into off-roading, they are willing to spend money nowadays. They're willing to spend big money. So just don't think that Chevy is giving people what they're looking for with the 20s. Now the power is pretty good. You can obviously get a 6.2 V8 with the Tahoes. You can get the diesel. Diesel is my preference. Diesel's definitely my preference. But I mean, this thing, I think it drives well. The independent suspension's comfortable. The body on frame kind of helps with isolating too. It drives really well, even without the air suspension. The air suspension adds a layer of comfort and obviously height adjustability. That's great. So there's a lot to like about this. Truly, there is a lot to like about this. I just think they're missing out on a few things. So Chevy, more tire, less wheel, more aggressive tires against the Z71. You know, make it more of an aggressive, or keep the Z71 like this, and then, you know, do a Trail Boss Tahoe or a ZR2 Tahoe. I don't care what you call it. Just something, and that would actually be cool. ZR2 Tahoe with diff locks front rear. People would pay big money for it, because once you get into that, the thing that automakers need to realize is, once you get into that world of off-roading where someone goes, okay, I can use this as a family car, I can take it on off-road trails, difficult trails at that, and I can tow with it, then they're willing to pay $80,000 for it. But when it's like, oh, well, it can go down dirt roads, but that's about it, they're like, I don't know. The more practicality that is put into a vehicle, the more value it has for buyers. So, food for thought. Let me know what you guys think about the Z71. I think it's a good kind of try at this off-road stuff, but I do think that it could use a bit of improvement. I mean, look at the Expedition Timberline. That thing is kind of more aggressive and then the Armada Pro 4X, I mean, blows both of those out of the water when it comes to off-road capability. This week's giveaway is perfect for classic muscle car lovers, because we have a Cuda and a Roadrunner. The Cuda produces 290 horsepower and has an automatic. The Roadrunner produces 390 horsepower and has a manual. Both of them are obviously powered by V8s. Now, this particular giveaway is going to be ending fairly soon on November 2nd. So if you want to get in now and get some extra bonus entries, just use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or the pinned comment. Any donation, $25 or more, will give you 4x bonus entries.